Well, here we are, the first time that we've been able to park our car in our new driveway of our 15 acres. Now, you've heard me say before that it was 20 acres. We're in the process of removing 5 of the acres, subplatting that into 2 lots, a 15-acre and a 5-acre lot. And the 5-acre lot is in the urban growth boundary. So that's for high density and it's way on the other edge of the property. So here on the 15 acres, our driveway is being cut down further and further, as you can see. There's still some more dirt to be moved out on the right-hand side, and it will be widened, and that dirt continues to be brought down the hill. So as they've been cutting it, they've been bringing it down the hill, and you can see some of it has slid down from the right-hand side, so they have more dirt to take down. Before they brought this dirt down, they actually removed the topsoil, so at the bottom you can see a high mountain of topsoil. Today it is just a beautiful day in Kingston. Here's a rock in the driveway, which there are very few rocks on this property. It seems to be very sandy soil. The farmstead, the soil is so rocky. You just have to walk every week and you'll find another pile of rocks that have come up out of the dirt. But here in the annex, the forested annex, it's just wonderful soil. You can see the topsoil down there, and you can see the building pad on the right-hand side and the machine that is compacting it. So we've passed all of our compaction tests, which is wonderful, and we just keep building this up. Currently, it's built up to a level that you could have a 2-story house with a daylight basement, but I believe that more and more dirt will be brought down and we're going to widen it even further so you could have a very decent sized 1-story house in the end. So this is the nice flat building area, and the area down below would be like your yard, which is going to be gorgeous outlook looking over the horse farm below. Here we are up toward the edge of the driveway, the back of the building property. And then this is terraced, so that bottom terrace area is going to be raised up. The logs are going to be hauled out after the gravel is brought in. So it sounds like we'll be getting gravel Monday or Tuesday of next week, and they'll be finished pushing all the dirt down the hill, which is wonderful. So when we came today to see the progress, other than this pile of topsoil and then these huge piles of stumps to be taken away and limbs to be burned, we found 2 great boulders. So we're super excited about boulders. We love boulders at the farm. So there's one granite boulder on the left and another one over on the right. And we'll bring those up and put those as part of the landscaping because it's Washington and we just love our boulders. Here are some more logs that I don't know which ones are staying for our mill and which ones are going for the logging crew, but I know that Don's already been milling some maple for us, and he'll be milling up the cedar. We make outbuildings and fences and things with our cedar, which has been wonderful. We've even made siding for our little cabin on the farmstead with our cedar, so cedar's wonderful. We can mill any kind of wood, but some of it's going to be taken off and sold for lumber. Here you can see where Don was spending a half day working. He was clearing out limbs and blackberries. There's a lot of blackberries on the ground here, and you can see the neighbor's property out there with the wooden fences where the horses are. It's really beautiful green grass, and the neighbor was mowing today. So we're walking out toward the skid steer, and it's not easy right now. This area is full of lots of things to trip over, and since I had short pants on, I got a lot of blackberries on my calves for sure. But you will soon see the reason why Don stopped working on the property and came home for the day. And that is that the skid steer, for a second time, has gotten stuck in some kind of muddy, boggy area. This is not a wetland here, but apparently the skid steer gets stuck in the soil pretty easily. So there we are. He got a lot done. He was having a lot of fun heading toward his retirement, but fun's over because we've got to wait till Monday for the crew to come back up and hook a chain on and pull the skid steer out. So we're kind of on the edge of the forested area here, and there it is. The skid steer has been just a wonderful thing for us. Without a skid steer, we could not have done 1/8 of the things that we did on the farmstead property. We have put in fence posts and moved logs and trees, and when we made these big huts for the pigs, we've lifted them over the fences. It's just been amazing. This is just a peek at some of the pretty wooded area with the cedars and the maples. The maples are leafing out so wonderfully right now. Everything is green. Washington State seems to have billions of different colors of green if you sit outside for any amount of time. I love the moss, kind of these Dr. Seuss trees with all these hanging bits of fuzzy, mossy arms on them. So that's going to be a fun area to walk through and play with the grandkids in. If you go further in, you come along, we've got several streams, what used to be the original water district for our town way before the 60s, I think. Oh, this tree definitely needed to come down. Doesn't look very good on the inside. I don't know what would have caused that. I am an elementary school teacher, but I admit I don't know everything. Salmon berries, sword ferns. Look at all the pretty greens that we have out here. I've seen a lot. Huckleberries and blackberries. And on all these trees, there's a lot of birds singing a lot of beautiful songs. So, I don't know. We're going to have to sell this property or sell the farmstead. We can't keep both of them, but boy, I wish they were both right next to each other and we could have them both. We are working toward Don retiring. Look at how the sun just filters through these branches of these big trees. It's been a shame to have to take trees down, but we love having the wooded area, but we also really, really love having warm, bright sun around our home, area for grass, an area for gardens and growing things, and of course for our pet pigs. But someone else who buys this property could bring in horses or all sorts of things you could do with it. So once again, those fuzzy branches, it's really a serene environment. I would like to make some trails and pathways through the woods with some little sitting areas. That would be fun. So we're going to head back out of here and back up to the car, up through the terraced building area one more time. There's a lot of trees on this side of the property and trees up on both sides of the driveway, just glorious tall trees. So past the topsoil and walking back up, it's always a workout to come down and see what's happening, but it's a fun break from grading papers and making plans for school. I would just love to get on some of these machines, and I'd love to be out here when they're actually working, but that doesn't work for me as a teacher. So we're climbing our way back up the terraces, back up the hill, and this is on the side of the driveway, so there's some more stuff to be brought down, definitely. You can see how deep we have cut into this hillside, And that's just something that I'm really glad that my husband, as a civil engineer, is really good at planning and thinking and dreaming of making this just a beautiful building site for a property.